So I'm back from my trip to Oman and I thought I'd do a short video just to share some of the questions I had before I went away and what the answers are. Things around what to wear gets a lot of coverage on the internet. What's the money like, currency, is it safe, etc. So we'll jump in and talk a little bit first of all about what to wear, because that's one of the main questions people have. Because when you go onto the internet, it talks a lot about this being a very modest country. It is fair to say it is quite a conservative country, and when you go to places like the sinkhole or Wadi Khalid, you'll see signs saying dress modestly. Certainly when you go to the mosques, you need to wear long trousers and shirts covering your shoulders. But the truth is, when you're out and about, certainly in Muscat or when you're going on trips to the desert, you can wear shorts that go down to your knees, and you can dress pretty Western. Apart from when you visit the mosque, there's no need for women to wear headscarves either. When you are around your pool, you can wear regular swimming gear. When you go to places like Wadi Sharb, you can take your swimming gear with you and sort of wear gym gear. Certainly when you're in Muscat, pretty relaxed. When you're in the countryside, a little bit more conservative when it comes to dress. Regarding currency, the currency of Oman is the Omani Rial. Certainly in the towns and cities, debit and credit cards are pretty widely accepted. The Omani Rial is quite a strong currency, so to the UK pound, I think at the time of doing this video, it was about £2.9 to get one Rial. I think it's about $2.50 US to the Rial as well. Very strong currency. Costs in Oman, pretty similar to Dubai, I've got to say, in Europe. Not a cheap destination. But certainly there are options if you want to save some money when it comes to cheaper food in shopping malls. You've got the same sort of chains you have in the US and Europe, Starbucks and Costa Coffee, etc. There are some pretty big shopping malls in Muscat, the Mall of Oman, Avenues Mall, the Grand Mall, but to name a few. They're all pretty central. The video here is showing you the Mall of Oman. Lots of food options. Although you'll see on the internet you have to wear long trousers. About half the people there were wearing shorts when I went in the summertime. Good shopping malls if you want to get out of the summer heat into some air conditioning. There's lots of shopping options, but don't expect it to be bargain basement prices. Looking at the shops, they were generally a bit more expensive than you'd find in Europe, and quite a bit more expensive than the US, in my opinion. Circled here on the map where the Avenues Mall and the Grand Mall are. They're next door to each other, and also Mall of Oman, all pretty central, close to a lot of the main hotels. Can of course go shopping in the souk. Generally, I think, they come up with a price. You might go back and haggle and go in at like 50% of what they propose. It does test your haggling skills. These are pretty experienced sales persons, but there are some good deals to be had. Just keep an eye out on the quality in the souks. Make sure it is definitely what you want and you get what you're paying for. Plug sockets are the 3-pin type, often used in countries like the UK. If you are travelling from the UK, good news, you don't need an adapter. If you're travelling from the US or Europe, you will need an adapter because Oman uses these 3-pin plugs. Is Oman safe? The answer is absolutely yes. It's one of the safest countries in the world. Be respectful of the local culture, but yes, extremely safe, both for groups and solo travellers, including solo female travellers. My own personal experience, no issues at all when travelling around Oman. It's a great country to explore, lots of natural beauty, lots of sights. But yes, take the same precautions you would in any other place in the world, but it is generally a safe place to travel around. So when it comes to eating out, certainly in Muscat, you'll find a wide selection of food choices, the same sort of choices you'll get in any major city in the world from here. Italian, Mexican, North American type food, etc. A lot of the big chains are represented here. The Starbucks, Costa Coffee, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Subway, etc. For people who are vegetarian or vegan, I don't think you really have any problems here in Oman. I'm personally vegetarian, didn't struggle to find food. A lot of the big restaurants have vegan and vegetarian options, easy to get hold of things like soya milk, oat milk, coffee shops all offer non-dairy alternatives. So if you are vegetarian or vegan, I don't think you'll have any problems here. And if you want a selection of food, there's quite a selection. Certainly Muscat does get a bit more limited, of course, when you get out into the countryside. When it comes to getting about, a lot of people do rent their own car. I was really impressed with the road network in Oman. It's really modern, good wide roads, really clear signs. So if you want to rent a car, it's a great option. But if, like me, you want to enjoy holiday and also take advantage of a local guide and all their insights, I used a company called Blue Skies of Oman, and I've put their website link here if you want to have a look. They were really good. So I had a variety of different drivers. I told them where I wanted to go, and they sort of tailored the tours to what I wanted. But it was really good, and they also arrange things like dolphin watching tours. They can do other trips as well. Definitely recommend Blue Skies of Oman. So, when is the best time of year to travel to Oman? I think most people would say during the winter months, the European and North American winter months. So, maybe December, January, February time. I went in May and the temperature was around 40 degrees centigrade, 102 Fahrenheit. What surprised me with this being a desert location is just how very humid it was. It was hot and humid. Go in the winter. So when you arrive in Muscat and you need to transfer to the city centre, there are taxis queuing outside. If I remember rightly, I think it was around 12 Rial at the time of making this video to get the taxi from the airport to the downtown area. I was staying at the Intercontinental Hotel. It's about 30-40 minutes drive from the airport to for example, the Intercontinental Hotel. The process of arriving, going through immigration, getting bags is all pretty straightforward. Muscat Airport is quite new, pretty modern, really good airport. The taxis at the airport, you'll find it's fixed prices through the meter. So you don't have to worry about haggling the price when you arrive, as long as you use one of the official airport taxis queuing up out front. That's very different, of course, to when you're in the city and you hail a normal cab where you do need to haggle the price because often they're not using the meter. But the airport taxis are pretty sound, they do use the meter. I had a fantastic trip to Oman. It is a beautiful country and there's a lot to do and see. In contrast to Dubai, Muscat is low-rise, whitewashed buildings rather than skyscrapers, so it does have a bit of a relaxed feel. It is a destination I would definitely recommend. My favourite was Nizwa. I love going to the cattle market. It was a fascinating experience. And the fort and the souk, Wahiba Sands, was a fantastic trip as well. You can go out into the islands, beautiful clear waters, see dolphins, go snorkeling and see turtles, tropical fish. There's an enormous amount to do and some beautiful hotels in Muscat. I definitely recommend Oman as being a country to add to your travel list. It's less hectic, traffic, skyscrapers, noise compared to Dubai. A bit more relaxed, but also I think it's got a very strong cultural identity, a fascinating country to visit. You'll have a great time in Oman.